Oh my.
Good morning, everyone. I am 3 weeks away from my first ever marathon, and I figured I'm running 40 miles a week. This would be a very fun time to do a everything I eat in a day training for a marathon style video. I gotta be clearing like 5,000 calories a day. So I'm gonna prepare myself some delicious French toast. It's the weekend, you know, I have a little bit more time on my hands. I can do something special like this. I'm gonna be running a ton, so I don't really care about the calories at this point in my life. But before I start cooking, there's a machine here that saves me from every morning. It's the Keurig. So let's make some of my signature black coffee. It's too hot, so I'm not gonna take a sip of it now. Let's get cooking. Obviously, when I'm running all these miles, I need to get a ton of calories. I need to eat way more carbs because I need that energy when I go for the long runs. Usually my diet is like majority protein and I'm lifting weights trying to build muscle. With all of this running, I definitely feel like I've lost a little bit of muscle and I've put on more body fat. Even though I'm doing all of the running, I feel like I'm a little bit weaker now, but my endurance is really good. So like, it's kind of a trade-off. When winter comes, I'm planning on lifting more and then like eating more protein dense foods. But for now, I got 3 weeks and like, I just wanna be on top of my game when I am running and I don't wanna be tired. So I've been eating a ton, not worrying about it too much. And honestly, it is nice to have that freedom. Like that's another thing. I'm training for a marathon. One of the best things about running this many miles is I have the ability to, you know, have nice cheat meals, honestly. But I've been eating a lot healthier now that I'm getting closer to the race. Let's flip these French toast. Rate that flip. Also, I use a little bit of butter on my pancakes and I usually get like straight up maple syrup and I feel like maple syrup is a little bit healthier because it's natural. This stuff, so good though. I love it. So cinnamon, syrup, a little bit of butter, eggs. That's how I make my French toast. It's delicious. Let's rate these pancakes. If you don't have syrup, you can also use honey. That's super good. Moment of truth. You already know what I'm gonna say. So good. This has gotta be one of my favorite breakfasts that I can make myself. So you know what I do? When I'm eating breakfast in the morning, I try not to be on social media and just scrolling. It happens sometimes, but I go to chess.com and I play chess in the morning. It's fun and I feel like it's better than scrolling through social media. It's almost time for my next meal. It is 2:15 p.m. Since I slept in a little bit this morning and I had a later breakfast, my lunch is gonna be a little bit later, and my run is actually gonna be tonight. So this is Sunday, I'm recording this video. I'm planning on going on like a night run starting at around 7:30. So yeah, my dinner is gonna be super, super late. Now before I show you this, remember I made it a few days ago. It's been sitting in my fridge for a while, and I'll just show you it. Only thing I would say I messed up on was I'll wait to put the cheese on afterwards because it gets a little soggy in here. Don't worry, I'm also gonna have some meat with this. I love pasta with meat sauce, preferably low-fat beef. This is 96% lean, 4% fat. My favorite is 7% fat, 93% lean. I'm very picky about that. No, just kidding, I'm not that picky about it, but I love beef with my pasta and I love making meat sauce. And when I'm cooking food for before my run like this and it's meal prep like this, I really try to think of it as like fuel. But don't worry, this won't be the last thing I eat before a big long run. I'll have a little something before. I only cook with olive oil. I started cooking in college and by sophomore year, I felt like, you know, I actually like could make my own meals and they weren't that bad. I've always been cooking with olive oil since. It's healthy fats, you know, it burns well, it cooks everything well, it makes it taste better. I know it's a lot of calories, but hey, I don't gotta worry about that right now. So I put a ton of this on. And then, like I said, we just go right into it. That made a huge splash. That wasn't my brightest moment. Then when I'm waiting for that to cook, I'll just throw this pasta in the microwave. Guys, can you believe when I was living in Arizona for 8 months, I didn't have a microwave at my place. So every time I wanted to like heat up food or like have leftovers, I'd literally put it on the stove and like cook it again or put it in the oven, but I never really used that oven. I'm not a big oven guy. I literally have all the best cheeses too. So I'll put more on, you know, a fresh coating, if you will say. All right. Some protein with the pasta, some extra cheese, some Parmesan as well. And voila, my friends. How beautiful does it look? I know it's not that aesthetic, but it's not about the aesthetics, it's about the freaking nutrition that I need. I've been running about 30 to 40 miles in this training program. I had 1 week where I like got over 50, and then the very end of that week, that's when my left knee started hurting. So I took it a step back a little bit. Everything's been going super well now. I feel super healthy, super great. Been kind of toning it back, hitting like, you know, 3 or 4 hard runs a week rather than running like 6 times a week and them being kind of hard of runs. So my training is looking very, very good and I'm super excited. I have like 2 more very long runs. I have a 20 miler that I'm gonna do tonight, which I'll show you bits and pieces of it, but this video is mostly about what I eat in a day, not what I'm running. So yeah, I've been doing really well with the training. I'm not worried about the race day and the fact that like I'm gonna finish it like running 95% of the whole entire thing. What I'm trying to do is like throw down a good time. I wanna hold like around 9-minute miles average throughout the whole entire thing. We'll see if that's possible. The thing is the race day mentality, and I get really competitive. I love the environment, so the race day I'll definitely go faster. The trick is pacing myself. I can't get too excited and in the first half marathon, start out too strong and then be kind of in a bad position for the back half marathon. It's almost that time of the day where I get to go for my run. I feel like I sound like a broken record when I really do say, when I go for my run, it's like my favorite part of the day. Hold up. Eating is always gonna be my favorite part of the day. I love eating, but when I'm running, it's the only time I really feel like I can be in the moment, like consistently. Like every time I go for my run, I'm just present, I'm grateful, I'm happy, and like, you know, I feel good about myself. It's one of the best hobbies I've ever started, and I really think if anybody's looking to get into something, I think running could be super healthy. I like to go with the smoothie when I have the fruit. It honestly just makes me feel really good. Physically and mentally, like knowing that I just drank a bunch of fruit makes me feel good about myself, as well as, you know, I actually think it is really healthy for me to have all the like the antioxidants, sugar, carbs from all the fruit. So let's see what fruit we got. All right, we got a ton of fruit, which is good. Let's take all of this and try not to make a mess. I think I've showed you before, but I'll show you again. Secret ingredient to making these smoothies good, straight up Greek yogurt. Don't worry, I'm gonna put honey in it as well. It's a little bit of ice, a lot of blueberries, a little bit of raspberries, some strawberries. I dropped one. Nothing like a rotten banana. And then non-fat Greek yogurt. And now a little drizzle of honey, and we're about ready to feast it up. What a weird thing to say, we're about ready to feast it up as I'm making a smoothie. That's not really a feast. Ignore that. Let's see if we can get it to blend on our very first try. Comment below if you drink this smoothie. So refreshing. I either drink a smoothie like this or I have my classic burnt toast with some honey and salt on it. I love the honey and salt with bread as well, and it's also great carbs before a run. But since I already had French toast, I was like, you know what, that's enough bread for today.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Mile 10, halfway there.
Hey, we out here.
Honey Stinger at the half marathon.
I'm still dying over here in the back.
Mile 16. How you feeling, Jeff?
Only demons fueling us today right now.
Demons. This is like the straight up mental battle.
Mind over matter, mind over matter.
20 miles, baby. We out here in Cleveland.
Look at this, who's out here?
Nobody.
You see anybody out here, bro?
Appreciate you. Oh my. Chicken, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. I've been eating this since college, and it's one of my all-time favorites and go-to. Shout out to Vittorio for helping me film. This is my signature meal. Vittorio, rate my signature meal.
I'm gonna say all around, I'm gonna go individually. Chicken would be an 8.5 out of 10. The sweet potatoes are a 9.5 out of 10. They're so good. And the broccoli is a solid 8 out of 10. The burnt flavor tastes like really yummy.
I'm gonna put the broccoli at like a 6, but I agree with the others.
You're up there with one of like the best cooks I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I met Gordon Ramsay, you know. Haven't you?
Don't stop.
Dude, we're just munching right now.